maps go, we saw nothing but Nepal for a long time when teams had their say in it. Then we went to a period where it was nothing but Lijiang. And then there was also a weird period in the Overwatch Open where we saw a surprising Mavilio. So feels like things are coming a little bit full circle. I don't know, but Hollywood will indeed be our first map here of the day.
Kind of old school Cloud9. This is the map that I always remember them being really, really good on, and then it became Gibraltar. But I mean, it's 6 months ago, 7 months ago, where their Hollywood defense was the first uncrackable Hollywood defense. They'd run a Symmetra on it and just kind of tear people apart. Unfortunately, I will hold out hope this entire tournament that we will see some Symmetra, but I believe I will be holding out hope, and I don't think we'll actually see her, unfortunately.
Symmetra is a weird case. We did see a little bit of Symmetra during the Overwatch World Cup coming out from South Korea, but they also didn't pull it out in some of the tougher matches later on, quite as much as they did earlier on. So it's hard to say how much there was, all right, we're doing this because we think it's worthwhile, and we're doing this because we think we can get away with the nano-boosted Symmetra. So it would be nice to see a return to form there, because there was a point where C9 was known for, way back in the day, for their double builder defense, where Symmetra Torb was actually a thing, but we are a little bit removed from that time period.
Yeah, it saddens my heart. Symmetra is always a hot topic of the competitive scene right now, or at least on the competitive subreddit of like, how would you fix Symmetra? Because at some point, a lot of people feel she's very broken. Father Kaplan has told us that people maybe are not using her to correct potential. They have in mind that she should be well-rounded. She's not only assault, defense, kind of first point type of things. That's where I play her very often, so that's why I'm in love with Symmetra. I think she can win games. Teleporters win games, in my opinions, but I'm not playing at the same level that these guys are. So definitely you don't want to be going into fights 5v6 in those very first engagements, which is sometimes what she ends up putting your team behind. We will see what they are going to roll out here. No Sombra so far. We're not playing on the PTR, so none of that, unfortunately. So we're going to get our last taste of kind of where this meta is before we start evolving into the Sombra era.
I'm excited for the Sombra era, at least in theory. I think the cool thing about Sombra is just going to be that I think she might put the kibosh on some of the really heavy tank strategies we've seen. Just because you think about just the nature of how tanks work, they're more reliant on their abilities than, say, a DPS character is. So, granted, it's not great to get hacked no matter what you're playing, but if you're, say, a Zarya who can't shield, a Roadhog who can't hook or heal, a Reinhardt that can't charge or get out of the way, it's pretty rough. So I'm really curious to see how Sombra really changes the meta, but we'll have to keep those speculations for another time, as we are still on live.
Well, beyond that, while we do have just a brief second, the opinions from professional high-level players about Sombra vary just wildly. I believe IDDQD chimed in and said, I think she's just way too powerful right now. I was watching, actually, Tavik very early this morning saying he thinks she's probably in a good spot. But then, again, it's all speculation from them as well, because they don't necessarily know what it's going to shake out at the very top levels of play. They're playing it on ladder and the PTR, but that's not necessarily representative of where she will actually be. Now, we do know what's going to be on defense. What do you see there, ZP?
So what we're seeing on the defense here is pretty standard stuff coming out from LG. They will be running Ruster on the Reinhardt, Icefelt on the Reaper, and a Mei. So it's going to be basically the Reaper Mei defense here. Icefelt's going to be the muscle, Manatin's going to be providing the control. But it's interesting because some of the last times we saw LG, they were sticking more to the Roadhog. They're not quite pulling out the hog here.
No, it's just going to be a wall in and shoot them in the face strategy with that Reaper. We'll see what Shore4 has in mind here on that offensive Hanzo, too. The reason you run him, of course, that Sonic Arrow is so important to help Mendo try to handle these hooks early. Mendo going for a hook on the right side, misses it early on as they do rotate now into a more standard push position.
It's a double pick comp coming out here from C9, where Shore4 will be here in the Hanzo looking for those headshots, and Mendo gonna be looking for the hook. So they're using that to fully LG back a little bit. They have great positioning right now. They're moving forward, and Shore4 just looking for that all-important pick. As you take a look at LG, they are stuck in a corner and just getting mopped up.
They're stuck in a corner, but they chose to go into that corner. Fighting in a staircase is akin to fighting in a basement, and as Brad Pitt says in Inglourious Basterds, not ideal to fight in a basement. I'm not exactly sure why they took that angle up there. The high ground had already been lost, and trying to go in one by one up the stairs, not the best of ideas. A complete wipe came out after that as Shore4 continues to get picks late onto this, takes on Icefeld as they've taken roof control already.
And the key thing here for C9 is that they are able to keep up momentum. They got that point very quickly, very decisively because of LG's positioning. And now LG is absolutely on the ropes here, where Shore4 able to pick off one more. piling on, and LG, until they get 6 people up here, X are not really going to be able to defend, and C9 getting a whole lot of payload pushed done right now.
It's the epitome of momentum, too, because in Hollywood, a lot of times, second fights will take place right around the doorway because the limousine starts moving so slowly. They completely deny that with that double pick class that you're talking about. They both got up there. Short 4 took the ground very early on, allowing Mendo to take the slow ride up, and they didn't even have to fight yet. The second fight's going to take place right in front of the saloon.
And here we go. C9 just dropping right down. In comes the Earth Shatter, and Mendo just casually using the Roadhog primary fire. It's 3 quick kills from C9, and Mendo not even gonna have to use a whole hog, just going for left clicks and melees, able to pick up a double towards the very end. So absolutely everything going the way for C9 as Mendo picks up the triple. And this has been brutal and dominant so far. C9 looking very good right now.
They didn't have to use any ults, of course, on the first couple fights. Then all the picks that Short 4 got means that he's going to have the ult up. They're going to have that giant combo with Zarya up as well. Here comes the grab.
The Graviton comes in, and even though there's a counter Earth Shot coming out from Ruster, C9 still picks up 2. That said, Icefeld is still in. He went for the Death Blossom, took out Adam, trying to get to that back line right now, aided by the Blizzard. LG might be holding on here towards the very end, but C9, they got a lot of mileage off their first second point push there. And yeah, they used Graviton, and it went to wasted to some extent, but they're still in a great position.
Short 4 takes down Zay for good measure. There's still no one to even pressure him on this high ground. Unless someone wants to take an elevator, they're going to be in trouble just getting underneath these arrows constantly. It's going to provide that pressure. A hook comes in, and they have to burn that Zarya bubble, but to no effect as Icefeld goes down regardless.
Icefeld getting picked up, and now this is set up C9. C9 rolling right in once more. Short 4 is in over the top right now. And Mendo's in the back. He picks up 2. Short 4 going to look to finish off Lucio. Gets the Lucio pick he's looking for, and as a result, this is going to be C9 grabbing this point. And going forward, they won't have a Dragon Strike Graviton combo up, but they still will have an Earth Shatter. And Short 4 right now in a great position to get a pick off here as everyone just struggles to get out of that spawn.
Trying to cause chaos was Rib trying to get in there and put them in a weird position so that they got killed by that dragon. He got picked off very early though, so that's going to stall out this next push. Mendo finds himself a bit out of position. He's going to be able to retreat very likely as the rest of his team reinforces through the doorway, but this has still been all Cloud9 despite very small blunders. They burn that bubble. There goes Thruster down again. Earth Shatter comes out.
Rib with a great 4-person Earth Shatter, setting up C9 right here. They don't have the immediate fall through though because Short 4 backed out. He went to switch to Reaper. As a result, they were kind of down to one. Icefeld coming in over the top. Death Blossom Nano Boost takes down 2. Getting pushed back a little bit here by Mendo, but not going to be enough as LG will be stabilizing here in this fight.
That is just how strong Ana's ultimate is. Gets 2 kills immediately and then gets whole hogged up into the air. The whole entirety of the whole hog was focused on him and he still lived through it. So now the fight will continue with a good, nice defensive grab coming in. Over the top is Winston.
Yeah, and the Graviton sets up LG for 2 more kills. Mendo trying to clean this up and pull it back the other way. Took out Manta in the back, but everything going the way of LG. Icefeld getting the final bit of mop up there. And LG, they still have outs for the next fight too. They're going to have a sound barrier, so C9 taking a few bad fights here, Hex.
Yeah, once the momentum was lost for Cloud9, they seem to have a hard time getting it back, but that pick from Mendo could be the answer to it. A great block onto that opposing Earth Shatter as well. Icefeld comes in again with this Death Blossom though, and the Ana Boost. They're charging all so quickly.
They're charging ults very quickly, and Icefeld making the absolute most of it. Picks up 2 there, rolling into the backline, getting hooked by Mendo and taken out. But this has sort of been the story of C9 here, Hex, where you see Mendo just getting hooks towards the very end, but C9 not able to get a whole lot out of it.
They are going to have to retreat, though, losing a main engine of their DPS, and now they've burned a ton of ults. The ult advantage firmly in favor of Cloud9 as they rotate around through hallway here. Only Manitin with Primal Rage up, not exactly the most game-changing of ultimates in this situation.
And here's Short 4 right now off the top rope, going to be dropping in. Death Blossom on the way. Doesn't get what he's looking for, though. Gets absolutely nothing. LG spreading out, but he did enough damage that set up the rest of C9. They get 3 kills off it. They were wounded from that Death Blossom, and Mendo pick up 2 towards the very end with the Roadhog cleanup, and just like that, C9 has found a way of breaking through, and this payload now rolling to its final destination. LG trying to get out in time, and no, they will not be getting out in time. C9 capping with 2 minutes and 22 seconds to spare.
In the era before Ana, there was a lull in Reaper play. A lot of it was because people weren't getting the value out of Death Blossom that they really wanted a lot of times because teams got better at disengaging. They were able to kite it.
Hang on,
they kited Short 4 there.
All right, I thought the sound of the stream was going out. That was the sound my headphone jack just pulled out for a second. So I was just like, wait, what's going on? Why is my game sound and Hex going weird at the same time? So sorry about the interruption. Continue.
You're just so used to me, going omnic on you that any slight variation in my vocals will throw you off and cause you into a panic. But yeah, I mean, the Ana Reaper combo is kind of what is defining the meta right now. And before Ana came into her, their dominance right now, as you see her run on mostly every side of it, people weren't getting values out of Reapers. That's why you saw so much less Reaper. And I mentioned it too when Icefeld got the Ana boost. It's almost impossible to kill it. I will say that Luminosity did a much better job of dealing with the Ana boosted Reaper than did Cloud9 on their defense. A nice sleep and then focus fire brought him down. So what could have been one of the fastest times we've ever seen on Hollywood stalled out a little bit thanks to some nice coordination and a couple one fights from LG near the last point.
I would say for LG, it felt like they lived by the ice felt and died by the ice felt at the same time, because he definitely had some great plays, of course assisted by Zave, to move into the back line and mop things up. And yet at the same point, there are plenty of plays there where C9 was able to pick off ice felt very early on. Then they had to deal with a 5v6, and things just did not go well moving forward.
Mendo's Roadhog actually looked a lot better than the last time I saw him on Roadhog 2, which was our previous monthly melee towards the end when they were playing FaZe. I don't think he hit any hook that he really needed to hit, and he didn't even miss a hook except for like his opening hook, his blind hook through the doorway here. So his Roadhog got a lot better, and that's still a hero that you're going to need in the meta to win games, especially running that kind of double pick comp. So we see teams switch it up a little bit offensively now. They're going to run a Roadhog and a Hanzo too. So it looks like rosters have just switched spots on players here as the compositions are the same.
Composition's absolutely the same, and it's going to be Mendo being that muscle on the Reaper. Surefour looking to control here on the May. And we'll see how LG approaches this, but LG, they need to be swift here. They do get split off a little bit by the wall. C9 looking to punish. Mendo goes down immediately though, so decent trade coming out here from LG as LG just works their way to the high ground.
Yeah, they should be pretty happy with that trade, but I mean, Cloud9 should be okay with it. They did take out some of the healing, the sustained healing, as Mineral went down in that trade as well. But anytime you're trading on the offense on these first points, you're always happy. Although the longer this fight goes on, we should see the reinforcements come in from the defense.
Right, Mendo right now just working his way back, is almost back to fight, has gotten through into the cafe, so it's a 6v6 once more. Icefeld still looking for that magic pickoff, hasn't gotten it just yet, looking to get Surefour, but Surefour just stymieing him right now as both teams being very tentative on the poke, not going super in, but here comes the down boost from both teams. Both Reinhardt's ready to swing. Rib going in, swings hammer, takes down Zave, looking for more. It's a double kill here for Rib, and that could give C9 the muscle they need to win the rest of this team fight.
The Blizzard especially locking a couple of people out of the point. It's such an area denial here. They're going to be on the chase now, trying to clean up what they can at the end. They do get one late as the Zarya gets a little bit staggered. So a really nice defense from Cloud9. Reminds me of the days of old, even though the composition's completely different and actually the roster's a little bit different. But a Hollywood defense for Cloud9, whatever it is, the remaining three of this Cloud9 roster seem to have it figured out.
All right, you take a look at Kaikai right now. Kaikai hanging on to that Graviton, ready to set this LG team. And there's the Graviton going to pull in 4, and C9 just rolling right in. It's Mendo, the Death Blossom, taking down 4, if not 5 there. And that will absolutely send LG back to their spawn point.
There was a moment of panic there because way long ago, we used to see Reaper hide behind these bushes, but teams have figured out that that's where they looked for him. They walked in through, and then they were just checking out what was up front. Then at the moment I saw some heads turn on the character models looking for that Reaper, they got Graviton, and yep, they were right. That's where that Reaper was.
Well, speaking of Gravitons right now, let's take a look at Spree. His Graviton is up and ready, and Icefeld has the Dragon. He throws the Graviton, pulls in 3, and that Dragon, how hungry is it? The Dragon on the way. Maniton takes out Mendo early on in the fight, but they're able to withstand the damage of the Dragon there. I believe that was a sound barrier coming up from Adam that saved them as the Dragon rolled in. So C9 weathering one of the most powerful combos in the game relatively well there, and they have a good chance of holding here, Hex.
It was a really cute ice wall from Surefour on his May to deny the entrance to the stairs, meaning that they were kind of, their plan was just caught out of nowhere. They didn't know if they were going to go forward or rotate all the way around, and then Cloud9 made that decision for him while they collapsed on him. Icefeld with an interesting switcher on an offensive tracer.
Offensive Tracer, and this is really just trying to get something going here because with only a minute 5 left here, LG starting to run out of time. The Nano Boost comes in on Ruster. Ruster looking for an opportunity to drop the hammer, but the Blizzard gonna zone him out completely. Still though, it's 2 kills here from LG. Maniton gets the pickoffs in the backline as required, and even though Ruster's taking a nap right now, Hex, this is looking pretty darn good for LG as Maniton just continues piling on.
This is nearly how Cloud9 won their offense as well. You just get a Roadhog who gets 3 kills on each side. It was exactly what Mendo had done as well. So you get all of those picks, and it just changes the momentum of the battle so quickly. And immediately, you're in a 6v5, and that makes everyone's job easier. Then you grab a couple more kills because the cooldown is so low on Hook, and that's exactly what swung the tide of that battle. Now, they're going to have ultimates up of their own. Big Bang Theory might be in effect.
Absolutely, and Mendo just gets picked. Maniton with the hook from ground floor to top floor, and now at the 65, LG with some real opportunity here to get the payload push that they're looking for.
9 is not even going to fight right around the corner here. They're prioritizing taking the high ground, knowing how effective it was for them on their offense. So they've got a couple of not high ground characters already up here, as Adam and Rolf got up there on the elevator. Short Force hanging out, trying to get picks on his McCree.
Oh, here's the ground top from Spree, gonna pull in 3 members of C9. Mendo, oh, the big bang comes in from Icefelt, takes down 3. He was there in the fall through, and just like that, LG getting the momentum they need. And part of the method in the madness, perhaps by switching tracers, you do have that better follow through for the Zarya Graviton.
I will say LG has just dealt with the nano-boosted Reaper so much better, and I think in this current meta, you're going to have to be able to do that. There's twice now that they nano-boosted the Reaper. He got hooked in, and then they Graviton, and the Hearts is the only way to deal with it. They dealt with it great.
Mendo right now, Death Blossom to the back, takes down Ruster, looking for a little bit more, doing it the old-fashioned way. No nano boost this time, but still 2 kills here from C9, and they're winning the flow here. They're winning the poke battle. They're pushing back LG, but LG firing right back. It's a whole hog from Maniton that makes space. Here comes the nano boost, and just like that, LG turns the tide immediately. Surefour is McCree in the top, but it's Surefour versus the world, and he just falls to his death at the very end. So LG now, 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. They're probably not going to have a chance to beat C9's time here, but they can still make it competitive.
It's looking very good, especially based on their first point, the difference between their first 2 points anyway. So Shortboard was up top the entire time, but he got almost nothing done on it. He was up there for about 60, 70 seconds and no picks. They were content to just leave him up there and hide behind shields.
All right, and here's Manson once more. Another hook coming in. Not able to get the fall through immediately, and the Honor Grenade actually got forced him back a bit. Can't get healed. Bad situation to be as Roadhog with the world's largest hitbox. So LG, though, they're able to reestablish here. Icefelt does have Pulse Bomb. Might be waiting for the Graviton, maybe not. But other than that, should be a bit of an advantage if LG as they move in. And here comes Ruster. Dives right in with the Nano Boost. Starts swinging the hammer. Drops the hammer on top. Knocks down 2. But no kills coming of it just yet as Ruster gets isolated towards the back. Rib with a good counter charge. And just like that, it's Rib with the double kill on Reinhardt. Able to keep C9 in this as they push back against LG.
It's a beautiful charge. One of the best ways to deal with the nano-boosted Reaper is the hard ZC, knock him down. The best way to deal with an nano-boosted Reinhardt is simply take him out of the fight, take him on a train ride of your own into the wall. That's exactly what they did, able to isolate him. And now the ultimate advantage that they did have got blown through that fight. They're going to have a couple tank ultimates, is Luminosity, but momentarily they're going to be pushing into a pretty stacked Cloud9 team of their own.
They're going to be pushing back in, and C9, they should have the tools here. They do have the Sound Barrier to deal with this Graviton. That Sound Barrier is going to come down. Adam drops a beat. Rib with the counter charge right onto Ruster. Takes him down in that Reinhardt v Reinhardt battle. Surefour getting clean up in the back on Zarya, by the way, where I remember people gave Surefour a little bit of trouble saying, why are you on Zarya in the Overwatch World Cup? Well, he's on Zarya here. He's melting people down as he takes a mineral. And I gotta say, Hex, what do you think here of this Diva pick coming out here from Kai?
Kai was one of the first people to really bring Diva into the meta. It's a hero that he's very comfortable with. After her last set of buffs came through, Kai was one of the first to run it a lot. I think it's in response to perhaps Icefelt being their carry, like you mentioned last time, and the fact that he was on the Tracer actually negates a lot of that damage as well.
Now the Graviton coming in here from the defense, and here comes the Diva self-destruct. Kai gonna pick up 2. We saw that come out a little bit more. Diva first got buffed and then went to the wayside, but a Graviton into an even bigger boom than a Pulse Bomb. Kai just exploding all over LG, and now LG, Hex, they're down to the last 20 seconds.
Well, it looked really good for him. This apparently is where teams are able to hold best now on Hollywood. This is exactly where LG held their best, and now they're pushing into it. Their backs are against the wall. They need to get enormous value out of this Ana ultimate coming up. They should give it to Ruster. He'll follow it up with an Earth Shatter at the end. They do give it to Icefelt instead.
Mendo, though, with the nano boost of his own, gonna helicopter in from the top, takes down Spree. It's 2 quick kills here from C9, and it's looking more and more like C9 will be having this full hold. LG against the wall, everyone falling. Rib having himself a mammoth of a Reinhardt game as Cloud9 gonna take map 1 here on Hollywood.
They had two options there with the Ana ultimate, because Icefield was getting close, and you assume if you give a Reaper an Ana ultimate that he's going to be able to do enough damage, then he'll be able to Death Blossom while it's still occurring. However, Ruster was one hammer swing away from getting his Earth Shatter, so you give it to your Reinhardt, and he can Earth Shatter while still under the Ana boost and clean it up. They may have made the wrong choice there, might have cost them that map.
All right, so play of the game coming out here, and of course it's Rib. And Rib just had great moments here in this game where he was able to win Reinhardt v Reinhardt battles against Ruster pretty frequently, and just put C9 in great positions a lot of time to move forward. Excellent tank play coming out here from Rib, as you see, just clearing out the party room there. That was where LG backed themselves into a corner, and Rib more than willing to go in there and swing the hammer a little bit.
You don't want to fight in a hallway if you don't have to, unless you have the huge advantage. One of the reasons is you're going against tanks like that. A Fire Strike and the hammer is just going to clear out the whole thing. It's exactly what happened. But Rib, every time he was getting kills, was getting 2 and 3Ks. So I don't think you can really downplay the importance of Reinhardt's, and especially I think the one great play that he had was taking the Reinhardt out of it when he got the Ana boost. That might have affected their decision later to not boost the Reinhardt.
Absolutely. So for whatever reason, Hex, you appear, this is the weirdest thing. It's definitely on your end.